Welcome to the Volvo Ocean Race. It is leg 2, day 16, and the fleet are down in the south. How far south, I hear you ask? Well, 38 degrees south, which personally irritates me. Could they not make a little bit of an effort to get 120 miles further south to get into the roaring 40s so that we could have something to talk about? It's a bit of a shame. Anyway, make an effort, guys. Let's have a look at where they are now, even though they're not down in the roaring 40s. Zooming in on the fleet, we can see that overnight leaders, Mafre, are still there. Indeed, they've stretched out a little bit. Team Brunel have come out of their stealth mode. Doesn't really seem to have brought them that much joy at the moment. They're sort of tucked in there, second or third, depends on how you count. Dongfeng Racing, remember, they lost so many miles over the past 3 days. They are now grinding down the other red boat, Team Mafre. There we go, watching the cross, and Dongfeng comes out on top. So in fact, Team Brunel were in second place when they went into stealth mode, and now fourth as they come out. This is the big chunk of pressure, the green blob just in front of them. That is what they're sailing in. It's about 20 to 25 knots. However, as the forecast runs forward, it's kind of hard to keep track of where they are. So Digby, let's have a look at my computer here. I've prepared a little bit of routing for you. This is what it looks like now. So the fleet is here, and they're sailing in strong northerlies that are blasting down from there. If we scroll forward 24 hours time, all of you playing the Virtua Regatta out there, keep an eye on this track here. That is going to be a jibe that comes up on Wednesday at 2100 UTC. However, they're not quite there yet, but keep an eye on what's happening here. That's Team Action Rebel, and in fact, I took off Songhunkai Scallywag and Turn the Tide on Plastic because, well, we don't really know how this is going to play out for them. Only, again, Thursday at 1300, so this is 48 hours in advance. Looking at the forecasted routing, the Mafre is here, and then that pack of 3 tucked in nicely there. However, Action Rebel here has already been ejected and is probably going to be losing miles at this point. And Songhunkai Scallywag, Turn the Tide on Plastic, well, they're going to be somewhere stuck in there. Despite a really tough forecast with lots of question marks as to where they're going to end up, he's still in good form. Indeed, just an hour before we came on air, I had a chat with skipper David Witt on Songhunkai Scallywag, and he was in fine form. What's it like for you as a skipper to be carrying, you know, all of the hopes and dreams and competitive spirit of everybody on board?
Jeez, I've just woken up, Conrad, and you asked me that. You're really making me feel good this morning. It's pissing down rain, it's freezing cold, and now you've just reminded me that I'm letting everyone that lives in Hong Kong down at the moment. Thanks, champion. I love talking to you.
I love you too, sweetie.
I think I'll go back to bed and wake up again. The other morning, plastics jibe, literally within a boat length, and we started counting people. We thought they had about 30 people on board at one stage.
It looks incredibly tight out there. Are you able to summarise a little bit about what this battle has been like for you?
To tell you the truth, it's pissing us off.
Have you thought about trying to make a break and use the stealth mode so that you can finally shake them off?
Yeah, we've thought a couple of times, but you know that we had about 4 or 5 days in a row there where literally every morning and every night we'd end up jibing within 2 boat lengths of each other. The reason they're back on AIS is we've just had 2 bad skeds against them, so yeah, we just don't seem to be able to shake them, you know.
What is your strategy over these next couple of days?
We are going to stay within sight of them and grind them into the ground. We can't afford to sail off on our own because they're actually faster than us on more points of sail than we are than them. So we're basically just going to wear them out. I think's the plan. I think the most tenacious team won't run last here.
Now, it looks like this front is not going to stick with you all the way to Cape Town. What do you see coming up on the forecast?
We're a bit worried because we thought it was going to swallow us up a few days ago, but we've managed to stay ahead of it. But the next couple of days are going to be pretty interesting. There's, you know, AXO aren't that far away, depending on what happens in the next little shift. So, you know, we're just got to keep plugging away. I think as long as we don't get too far north there and we just stay in front of the plastics, try and win that battle, and then maybe get a bit of luck with AXO. You never know.
Now, just tell us a little bit about the sailing. You know, that you've been sailing skiffs and big maxis all of your life. Have you sort of made your peace with the Volvo 65? Are you enjoying being out there?
Yeah, we always enjoy being at sea. And I'll tell you what, the racing is, forget about the actual sailing of the boat, because I think it's unfair on the Volvo 65 to compare. You're not comparing apples to apples, but the race is awesome. I mean, you know, to be, you know, what are we, 2 weeks, 2 and a bit weeks into a race, and we've been fighting for boat lengths. This is the best offshore race in the world by far, by none. Competitively, I think the one design rules work really well for the class, and the best teams win. We're just not the best team at the moment, so we're just got to keep working hard and trying to get there.
But tell me, sailor to sailor, what are you looking forward to when you get to Cape Town, and when are you going to get there?
We're going to get there on Saturday. Sometime on Saturday. I'm looking for a cold beer, a warm spa bath, and a dinner with Lenny. And a result that's not 7th.
Perfect. Thanks very much, David. I wish you well, and fast sailing. Enjoy it out there.
Thanks, mate. See you, mate. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. David Witt there, discovering that the Volvo Ocean Race is indeed the toughest test of a team in professional sport, and finally getting around to loving the Volvo Ocean 65 and the challenge that represents. However, it's not just on the big scale that these boats are a challenge, also just in daily life. Have a look at Annie Lush trying desperately to get through making a cup of hot chocolate.
I'm making 3 hot chocolates and a coffee. Now we've got the light on, which is definitely a bad thing, because you can see how bad the mugs get after this is day 15. I have to scrub them. This gets refilled every 3 days. It's quite popular at the moment, the hot chocolate. You're giving away my special recipe here. Top secret stuff.
What point does it become dangerous, Annie?
You'll see in a minute when I start pouring the boiling water. But the reward is so high. And I'm also getting a bit of a sweat on trying to make them, which is a bonus right now. It's quite cold outside. Okay, here's the dangerous bit. I normally burn myself at least once in the process. I think we're probably 25 to 30 degrees of heel, and the problem as well is that it's quite choppy at the moment with a sideways. So it's not only that you're heeled, but kind of being thrown forwards and then backwards quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably taking me about 20 minutes to make 4 drinks. It's going to be worth it. Ooh, that was boiling water. I'm going to try and get him on deck. Copy that.
I bet you never believed that hot chocolate could be life at the extreme, but clearly Annie Lush was having a bit of a struggle there. 25 to 30 degrees of heel is a magic number for the Volvo Ocean 65s, and so it's really life at an extreme heel. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be coming back with you to wrap up our competition for the Virtual Regatta Sailors. Thank you very, very much for sending in your submissions. They are frankly fantastic, and we've been having a good chuckle here in the office. Submissions close at midnight tonight, UTC, and tomorrow we are going to be throwing up a little slideshow for you with the top 10 and then finally announcing the winner. So thank you very much for your continued interest there. Also tomorrow we're going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, tuning in with Team Mafre and having a look at what life looks like at the pointy end of the race.